Great. Okay, let me quickly check. Yep, that's good. So yeah, as usual, this presentation will be recording, and then we will send you the recorded and the PPT PowerPoint presentation to your email. And then if you do have any questions during the presentation, please type your question in the Q&A box, and then we will answer your question after the presentation finishes. All right, thanks a lot. I'll pass it to you, Rhonda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johnny. It's wonderful to have this opportunity to speak to you and your network. It really is very impressive. We've only been working together a short time, and I wish more of our agents were as proactive as you have been in getting organised to work effectively with Holmesglen. So I really want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
As Johnny said, I am Rhonda Edwards, and I am the Deputy Director of International Education at Holmesglen. And in that portfolio is the marketing strategies for recruitment globally. So it's a big task at the moment, that's for sure. But I'm happy to say that I have just passed my 19th anniversary at Holmesglen. And what makes me happiest about that is that I have seen the outcomes, the success stories, and just the wonderful enjoyment of so many students from around the world coming to Holmesglen and achieving their goals. So when I talk to you about Holmesglen, I do know it well. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to offer Holmesglen to international students and to see them enjoy it so much. So what I'm going to do today is to give you a very brief overview. Holmesglen is a very, very large TAFE in Melbourne. We are the largest. We have the largest number of international students of the TAFEs in Victoria. And as many of you may know, Victoria's TAFEs operate a little bit differently to the other states. The other states have TAFE New South Wales, TAFE Queensland, and even though we do have the logo up there, TAFE Victoria, to show that we are, very much a part of Victorian government education, we do all operate separately. So this is really good. It stimulates competition and it enables responsiveness in our initiatives and strategies for our students and our agents. So it's quite a positive for us in Victoria. This lovely photo that you have on the screen, this is our Waverley campus. I love this photo. It really captures our campus in autumn, and the building that you can see with those green window shades, that is where the Early Childhood Education Centre is located. It's a beautiful building, and like all the campuses and facilities at Holmesglen, very modern, very comfortable, and beautiful open spaces. We're very lucky to have that, and our students love it. So we'll go to the next slide. Thank you, Johnny, and we'll have a look at why should your students choose Holmesglen. Now, we've got a lot going for us. Industry connections, of course, this is all very, very important, and all the TAFEs do offer this. TAFE in Australia is so industry connected, it's fantastic. We don't do anything in the way of delivery, course development, installing of facilities and training equipment without talking to industry, getting approval by industry, and we have excelled at that. The special thing is that we have wonderful reach within Victoria particularly, but also Australia, for industry advice and input. So, our students have access to guest speakers, site visits, whether it's from cookery, getting a top 5-star chef in, to going out and visiting, an amazing tunnelling site here in Victoria that we are a major part of. So right across from every aspect, we're really truly connected to industry. Work integrated learning, again, a key feature of TAFE in Australia. And we have excelled in this. We're very fortunate. Holmesglen's been very successful for many, many years. And with success comes finance. We have invested that financial benefit into our training centres and our training facilities. We have absolute state-of-the-art simulated workplaces, and the students just get the opportunity to practice and learn in an environment that is as close to the real workplace as possible. We see this as a key feature of our teaching because what it guarantees is confidence. We see our graduates going into the workplace in a familiar surrounding, whether it is from childcare to nursing to graphic design. All of our programs, most of the time, is in a practical work simulated space rather than a lecture theatre. And that's even for our bachelor degrees. And that's something to keep in mind because that is very different to a university. Engagement and support, we are very proud of this. This is one of our key pillars in all of our focus on what we do with our students, whether onshore local students or our international students. We have, because of our size and our strength, we do have the opportunity to provide outstanding support to our students, whether it is well-being, lifestyle, academic, every aspect of their life, we do focus on very, very closely. And for myself as a parent, having had a child study abroad, that's really, really important for me. So I think knowing that when you're talking to parents, sending their child abroad, I think knowing that they're going to be really well monitored without invading any of their privacy. We do monitor all of our international students' ongoing performance. We meet with them regularly, and there is that real care and pastoral support for them, not only academically, but also with their personal well-being. The one-stop shop is an interesting thing because although there are RMIT, VU, Swinburne, they do have TAFE programs going to bachelor degrees. We are the only fully integrated education provider in Australia. So what that means is that all of our students, whether they're doing a certificate 4 or a bachelor degree, are in the same faculty, being managed by the same dean, and this enables all courses to work together. The certificate 4 has everything in it that has to go into the diploma. The diploma has everything that is needed either for the advanced diploma or the bachelor. So there's that fully integrated learning right from day one. The students are being prepared for that higher education if that's their pathway. The teachers get to know them. Some of the lecturers teach across. We have education councils across. So everything is very much a one-stop integrated learning opportunity, which is fantastic. And that includes English, of course. We have English as well. Strength in diversity, I think, is so important. And we have seen this, unfortunately, in these times of COVID. Holmesglen has not been reliant on one source of students. We have one of the most multicultural student bodies in Australia, and it's an absolute delight. We have students from, I think, 70 different countries at the moment, but with most of them coming from about 20. So that's an incredible mix. And of course, we have a huge number of our Australian students on campus. So it's a beautiful community that our students do get to join. So they are the key selling features. You know, we can, as we go through the presentation, there will be some other things that I will bring to your attention, but we are recognised in Melbourne and across Australia as a leading provider of vocational and higher education and English training. So that recognition and our reputation here is very important. In some regions, you know, we may not have the presence or the brand awareness of other bigger providers, you know, as in a university or some of the private schools that can invest a lot in their marketing and in-country activities. But we have the reputation for outstanding graduates, and that is what's important. Your graduates are going to want to get a job. And in Melbourne, Holmesglen is recognised as an absolute leader in preparing graduates for work. So that's a key feature of what we do. Thanks, Johnny. We'll have a look at the next slide. Now, these are our campuses. All of our campuses are in Melbourne. And for those of you that are familiar with Melbourne, you'll see there that they are all to the southeast of the city. And these are all very lovely places to live and study and get part-time work. They are all safe environments. The Waverley campus, Chadstone, Moorabbin, these are really nice suburban areas. Waverley is known for its multiculturalism, its restaurants. Chadstone's known for its shopping, and Moorabbin's known to be very, very close to our beautiful beaches. The Brighton beach boxes are an iconic feature. They're only a 5-minute drive from Moorabbin campus. The city campuses, they are smaller. The Burke Street campus is simply a nursing facility. Up until now, it's only been for domestic students, but we are looking at, we have got it Cricos registered now, so we're hoping to have international students there next year. The St Kilda Road campus is a lovely facility. It's right on St Kilda Road tramline. If you know Melbourne, it's a beautiful part of the city, St Kilda Road, and the campus is actually right opposite the Shrine of Remembrance in the Botanical Gardens. So the students have a wonderful opportunity to have their lunch, and it's opposite the Tan, which is Melbourne's very famous walking track. So it's lovely, very small. We only have our English there, and at the moment we've got our fashion programs at that campus. Most of our courses are spread across. Hospitality is at Waverley mostly. Business is at Chadstone. We can go through that as we go through the courses, but we've got them pretty well spread out. Moorabbin is famous for our health science precinct. That is where our beautiful nursing training centre is, and the Holmesglen private hospital. Holmesglen is the only TAFE in Australia that is approved to offer the Bachelor of Nursing, and we are the only TAFE in Australia that has a private hospital on site beside the training centre, which is pretty amazing and does make our nursing program very, very popular. Thanks, Johnny. Support services, you can see the list of things there. You know, when you look at that list, you don't see too many differentiators from other leading TAFEs in Australia. But everything that we do there is done to the highest level to ensure safety, well-being, academic success. Security, of course, is a very big thing for us these days. And recreation and sporting activities. This is a key focus. Last year, the Chief Executive developed a strategy, which she saw as part of her 2020 vision, and the focus was going to be the Holmesglen experience. And everything that we've attempted to do this year, amongst all the challenges, has been to implement this strategy of creating wonderful recreation and engagement and social inclusion opportunities for our students. So we're very proud of our support services. We've got an amazing team of psychologists within our student wellbeing area, careers counsellors, personal counsellors, wonderful facilities right across all of the campuses, and the Independent Learning Centre. This is an amazing feature that we have, and I do have one of the staff members did a presentation for me the other day in Cambodia on our Independent Learning Centre, and the Learning Skills Centre, and it was really interesting to see the work that they do at no extra cost to the student in providing support to their assessments, assignments, research, report writing, everything. And they can go and do that and get one-on-one support at no extra cost, which is amazing. So we can look at that further at a later date if you'd like to see that. Thanks, Johnny. So as I said there, the recreation team is a very, very busy team. And we've got our own cricket club, which was so well received when we set that up. We do have some of the most wonderful students from South Asia in particular, and they do love the cricket. But we did get other students from Zimbabwe and Kenya and Australian students. They all joined in and they had a fabulous time playing cricket throughout the year. Obviously, like most good schools in Australia, then we have tours. We do pride ourselves, though, on ours because we've got a great team that managed to get these tours at such a cheap price with beautiful activities and accommodation. It really is fantastic. We've got a rural campus, and it's not sort of listed as one of our key campuses, but it's a rural campus, and it is in Eildon. So those of you that know Victoria, you'll know that that's about a 2-3 hour drive from the city centre through the Yarra Valley and the beautiful dividing range. So it's a stunning drive just to get there. And then when you are there, it is a beautiful facility. It's a student accommodation, conference centre, and a lot of our students, outdoor rec students, go up there. Hospitality students, they do a number of projects within the conference centre, but mainly it's there for camps and things like that. So we take the students abseiling and rowing and all those sorts of things up there because it really is an incredible facility, and they get to do that for something like $10 for a weekend. So it's brilliant. Thanks, Johnny. Okay, now this is one of the key things when we talk about why choose Holmesglen. This is what's really, really, I think, important. And we're going to see, I think, you know, the financial impact of COVID globally is going to have a lot of say in where students do choose to study. A lot of that will be cost, which is unfortunate, but in most countries, of course, affordability is a key deciding factor. But I think we will see this playing a little bit more in the next couple of years ahead. The cost, the accessibility and the achievability is what we, you know, it's sort of what I call the AAA service that we offer. And the accessibility comes from the pathways, you know, that fully integrated education system. A student can come to us, do a Cert 4 in business, a diploma in business admin, a Bachelor of Business Admin in 3 years, 3 qualifications in 3 years. And that's just fantastic. And same with hospitality, most graphic design, most of our programs that we have, as we'll see, have those pathways. Now, of course, the accessibility is, it's easier to get into if you're starting at that lower level, you've got a lower IELTS, and it's not as academically demanding. So an international student can come from year 11, go into a Cert 4 or a diploma, much less demanding for them than starting at a university at a degree level. If they've finished their high school, they can progress and transition very easily from one level to the next. So I see this as a really key point of the way we manage our integration from vocational to higher education. So that is the accessibility of it. The affordability, of course, is linked to that. Not only are our bachelor degrees much cheaper than university, and this is something that, you know, does make us very, very attractive in a lot of markets. Doing a pathway makes it even cheaper. So, you know, with that business admin pathway that I just mentioned to you, they can do the Certificate 4 and diploma for about 13,000, I think, and then in the 1 year, and then go on and pay 15,600 a year for the bachelor degree. So, you know, when you do your sums on that, it's pretty incredible that they're getting 3 qualifications for around about $45,000 from one of the most highly respected and fully accredited government providers in Australia. So that's a really important one to keep in mind. So they can certainly, even just going straight into a degree, we've got the Bachelor of Information Systems, I think at the moment is 17,000 something. I can check that for you, but obviously all this is on the website. But yeah, 17,000 plus a year for a Bachelor of Information Systems. It really is fantastic. Achievable, well, you know, that's what's key. No point being able to get in and pay for it if you can't pass it. So this is something, again, that we do everything we can to ensure the student can succeed in their study goals with us. Pulling out all stops, as they say here is a cricket term, to make sure that the student is able to build on as they work through all of those areas, whether it's coming from Cert 4 to Bachelor or just going straight into Bachelor, everything is there to ensure that they do achieve. Thanks, Johnny. Now, our major study areas, as you'll see there, we do have a very wide range of programs. Our English language programs, we've been delivering English language for almost 30 years. We were one of the first schools in Australia to have international students and to have our own English language program. We're not as well known for English as we are for our other areas and as compared to the private schools, the private English schools, but we have excellent in the teaching qualifications. They all have a master's as a very least. Wonderful access to the facilities and the independent learning centre and things like that. So it is it's still very popular, but most of our students do come as part of a pathway. You know, we do try and encourage our agents to, you know, send us standalone students as well, because obviously many agents do send us students into English as a pathway into the other programs. Currently, we have English online. Students can study from home. They can start either general English or pathway English online from home at the moment. So have a look at the website for more information on that. We have art and design, building construction, furniture design, business and accounting. So that's business admin and accounting. And we have a Master of Professional Accounting. Early childhood education, that's right from the Certificate 3 in Early Childhood Education and Care, right through to the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education. So the Bachelor is actually called the Bachelor of Early Childhood Teaching. It is a 4-year degree. It has a horrible IELTS requirement of 7.5, so it does make it very, very hard for some students, but the diploma and the Cert 3 have IELTS of 5.5. So we do have students that start at that level and work very, very hard whilst they're here. That takes 1.5 years to do the Certificate 3 and diploma pathway, or just the diploma. So they're immersing themselves in English language here for 1.5 years, undertaking additional study to get them into that degree. That means they only have to do another 3 years. The good thing about that particular degree is that it is accepted Australia-wide. Students do not have to undertake any further registration if they're wanting to go and work anywhere, whether it's regional and one of the other states in Australia, and it does enable them to teach up to grade 6. So, you know, that's a lot of the early childhood education degrees only enable up to grade 2. So the work opportunities from that degree in Australia are outstanding. Environment and landscape, no bachelor degrees in that area, but we do have a lot of students come and do those programs, and we can have a bit more of a look at those if there's any real interest. But we've got horticulture, landscape design, they're both very popular, and floristry for onshore international students. We seem to get a lot wanting to do that, that are just wanting to do something that's not too demanding, and they're wanting very much to work in the industry. They seem to do it more as a hobby from what I've seen. IT and digital media, we've got, we've really built up this area. We started a little bit slow off the mark, I think a few years ago. Over the last few years, we've really invested in this space. 2 years ago, we developed a new program, which is our Bachelor of Information Systems. It's a program that we're very, very proud of. Because it's new, the curriculum is totally related to today's cybersecurity issues, cloud storage issues. Everything in this program is aimed at preparing graduates to work in a wide range of IT areas in Australia and globally. And at 17,000 plus a year, it's an amazing opportunity. With the IT, we've got the certificate and diploma pathways as well, ranging from networking, programming, software development, game design, lots of different IT programs. It's been one of our fastest growing areas, and it's terrific, and the teachers are amazing. Nursing and health science, We did have more programs in this area. Up to a couple of years ago, we found that most of our students were wanting to come to do pathology, laboratory technology, and nursing. Nursing is hugely popular, so it's really important to keep that in mind because it's always full. So if ever you're talking to any student that is interested in doing a nursing program at Holmesglen, they do need to apply as soon as they can. Like everywhere, the IELTS is 7 for the Diploma of Nursing and Bachelor of Nursing. As I mentioned, we are the only TAFE with that Bachelor of Nursing, so most TAFEs offer a Diploma of Nursing, and then the students have to move to a university. At Holmesglen, they don't even have to move out of the building. The nursing facility is an outstanding facility. I really can't praise it enough. And late last year, before everything shut down here, I was taking an agent group tour through the nursing facility, and there was a big welcome desk in front of our simulated theatres, and the table was marked Monash University, and I went up and said, "What are you doing here?" And they were using our facilities to teach their nurses. So I think, you know, that just highlights the standard and quality. It is recognised as one of the best health science facilities in the Southern Hemisphere. Our nursing degree is, it's certainly not what I would call cheap, but it is slightly more affordable than the universities. But, you know, the great thing is our graduate employment rate is 98% of having work within 3 months. And obviously nursing, there's a shortage in Australia. It's not hard, but there's the best thing is the quality of the hospital, the standard of the hospital, where our graduates are actually getting work. And being able to transition from a diploma into a bachelor, if that's what they choose to do, they've got the 2 qualifications, they're studying it in one of the best centres, they're doing great work placement, so they're confident and capable graduates. One of the key things with this pathway, a lot of students do like to just do the Bachelor of Nursing, 3-year degree. If they do the diploma, it becomes a 4-year study pathway, but it truly is worth it from an employability point of view, and even during studies. 2 years of a Diploma of Nursing, the student registers as a Division 2 nurse in Australia, so they can work part-time in a hospital while they're doing their remaining 2 years of their degree. And you know, that's wonderful, because nursing over a weekend and in evenings, they earn a lot of money. So you compare the two, as they say in a lot of advertisements here in Australia, if you compare the two, somebody that has worked as a nurse in a hospital for 2 years and is applying for a job at one of Melbourne's leading hospitals, they've got a Diploma of Nursing, a Bachelor of Nursing, and that 2 years part-time work experience, they are incredibly employable. So it's a pathway worth investing in. And again, the comparison, you know, 2 years into a bachelor degree of nursing, you are simply a university student and will probably be getting a job at McDonald's. 2 years into a diploma bachelor pathway at Holmesglen, you're a Division 2 nurse. So well worth considering. Travel, tourism and events, we don't get a lot of international students into these areas. Occasionally, you know, to event management, we do get some coming to do that, and the travel agent, it doesn't seem to attract a lot, but certainly I think the event management is, but they're all good programs. And again, simulated workspaces, practice in industry, really prepared to go out and work. Recreation, sport and massage. At the moment, we're only offering a Bachelor of Sport Business because our diplomas are being reaccredited. So we will have a Diploma of Sport and a Diploma of Outdoor Leadership. These are 2 new programs. We previously had different programs to those. So they are not appearing at the moment on the website or in our course guide, because we are waiting CRICOS registration for those new accredited courses. But terrific programs. The Diploma of Sport is going to be linked with the Diploma of Event Management. So that's a fantastic dual qualification in a year. And the Diploma of Outdoor Leadership is, we had a Cert 4 in outdoor recreation, and we found that that wasn't really giving students, you know, what they needed to be able to work. So we'll be moving into a Diploma of Outdoor Leadership, which is great. Okay, so we'll move on, Johnny, from there. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm sorry. I hope that...
no problem, no problem. Yeah, all good,
yeah.
Rhonda. Yes.
Okay, okay. So I have touched on a bit of the program, so we'll work through these slides. So we'll look at English first. Thanks, Johnny. And
No
you can go to the next one. As I said, we've got a highly regarded English Language Centre, highly qualified teachers. I think that's one of the key factors. Small class sizes. The general English program is very much for students that are wanting to build their English. You know, they've got a little bit already and they're wanting to practice. They want to visit tour Melbourne. And obviously what we're doing at the moment is we're doing that virtually. So this program is available online. Those are 4 of our lovely students sitting there on the grass of the Botanical Gardens opposite the shrine, which, as I mentioned, is just a 2-minute walk out the front door of the campus. So it really is lovely. So yeah, it's a terrific program, really develops confidence, lots of team work and group work, and where they're just all the time practice with the highest level of English teachers. We do have a couple of videos available in, I think we're now up to about 8 different languages talking about our wonderful online English programs. So I could send you the link to those because they're really fabulous, and you get the chance to listen to the teachers, and they're subtitled. So they're presented in English, but there's subtitles in, I think, up to 8 different languages to promote those programs. Thanks, Johnny. Next one. So the Pathway English. Now this is obviously for students that are wanting to do English and then go into further study. Because we are a TAFE, we are able to access the curriculum from the programs that the students are going into. The English department works closely with the hospitality department, the health department, all of the business, all of the different areas, building, construction, and we develop Pathway English for that program. So the students are being prepared to undertake study successfully in their diploma or degree or certificate, not only to improve their English. So they really are, it's vocational preparation or higher education preparation with a real focus on their particular course. So it's pretty special. And again, that is available online at the moment as well. Thank you. Art and design, this is one of our very lovely areas. You can see the courses that we have there: interior decoration, design, graphic design. The graphic design pathway is worth noting because it's got a wonderful articulation into university. We don't partner, we don't have packaged offers with universities at the moment. Reason being that most of the unis wanted exclusivity. We did, in years past, we did have pathways into specific universities as a package offer, but the design areas particularly, and especially graphic design, a student can come to us and do a 2-year diploma of graphic design, advanced diploma of graphic design, in the most hands-on practical studios. The equipment they have to use is absolutely state-of-the-art. Then they can apply to Deakin, Swinburne, RMIT with up to 2 years credit into a Bachelor of Graphic Design. And there's arts communication, I think it is, visual arts and communication. So again, this information is in our course guide, and it's a great opportunity for students to get that hands-on vocational training, IELTS 5.5, come in, do your 2 years, and then go into 3rd year of a degree if the student's individual results are relevant to that level. It is case by case. Cert 4 in Applied Fashion Design and Merchandising. We get quite a few students coming, international students come and do this. They're thinking of doing the fashion design degree, and rather than do some sort of foundation program similar to Cert 4 in Design, they tend to use these as a foundation rather than have, do a foundation course that has no relevance in industry or qualification. So they can come and do these courses and then go into the Bachelor of Fashion. The Cert 4s don't give credit into the Bachelor of Fashion, but it really prepares them well for that program. We have had wonderful success with our students in fashion, absolutely amazing. They've joined the Melbourne Fashion Festival, which is one of the biggest events in Australia when it comes to fashion. They've been invited for work placements in some of the leading fashion houses here, and terrific career outcomes here and on return to their home country. But we've had some terrific placements during post-study work visa for our fashion students. Okay, thank you. This, of course, is one of our centres of excellence. Holmesglen began as a trade and construction school back many, many years ago. That was our key feature. So we'll have a look at the programs, please, Johnny, of what we've got available. There will be some changes. I think this has all been updated. Just the one. I've just been told yesterday that we're not offering bricklaying to international students in 2021. There must be a decline in interest. Obviously, lots of interest in carpentry, cabinet making, joinery. Students usually package those with the Cert 4 in furniture design. They do the Cert 3 in cabinet making, Cert 4 in furniture, same with carpentry, furniture, or they go into the Cert 4 in building construction, and then we have the Diploma of Building Construction. That Advanced Diploma of Building Design Architectural, that's a 2-year program, and again, gives wonderful credit into RMIT, Deakin, Swinburne. I think they're the 3 popular ones that the students choose. Come to Holmesglen, get the hands-on practice, pay much lower money, and then get incredible articulation into one of Melbourne's top unis. So it's fantastic. This is one of our, as I said, Centre of Excellence. The training centre is unbelievable. It's a very small snapshot of it there with that lovely student, but they get to build, knock down, whether it's tiling, roofing, every aspect, painting. They get to practice on real life homes and every aspect of what is needed to work in those industries. We've had wonderful success with furniture design. We've had many of our students win designs either here in Australia, or some have gone internationally and won global awards in their furniture design. So that is very popular for us at Holmesglen, and they are all fantastic courses and very focused on work outcomes. Thank you. Business and accounting. So this also has been one of our strongest pillars through many, many years. And you can see there the programs that we have. I mentioned those Cert 4 diploma bachelor pathways. They're wonderful. They can be done in 3 years, all 3 qualifications, which is just fantastic. The Diploma of Leadership and Management, unfortunately, is not proceeding, so ignore that one there. Looks, I need to update my PowerPoint. But yeah, that's not going in 2021. All of the others are. As I said, a student can come and do a Cert 4 in Business, or one that we've actually seen a big rise in is the Cert 4 in Health Administration. And I think, this is from Hong Kong. I've had a couple of applications just in the last couple of weeks for the Cert 4 in Health Administration and the Diploma of Business Admin. And I think, we're going to be seeing jobs like that are going to be in demand as an outcome of this awful pandemic. So keep those in mind. As I mentioned, great opportunity to achieve a degree, even if they go straight into the Bachelor. The Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Accounting and Administration One of them is 15,000 something and one of them is 16,000. You know, it's just fantastic that a student can come and do a business degree at that price. Even our Master of Professional Accounting is a 2-year program, 18,000 plus. So just wonderful affordability for those really great programs. Thank you. Now, these are some of those pathways that I mentioned. I have gone through them with you already. 6 months to do the Cert 4, 6 months to do the diploma, and 2 years to do the degree. So it really is a terrific opportunity for accessibility and affordability. Thanks, Johnny. And same again, as I mentioned, leadership and management isn't there anymore, but the accounting pathway is very popular. Cert 4, diploma, bachelor. Over the years in some markets, we have had difficulty with these pathways from a visa point of view. Some students really had to say, you know, why are they starting at Cert 4 when they're wanting to do a Bachelor of Business Accounting? And this is something that, you know, I'd have had to coach agents and counsellors on, is really understanding the benefits of it. And, you know, most international students have to work part-time. And a university student doing year 1 of, coming out of year 1 of a Bachelor of Business or Bachelor of Accounting in Australia is simply a university student, and it's very hard to get a job that isn't hospitality or retail while they're studying. 1 year after a Cert 4 and Diploma of Accounting, they've got 2 qualifications, 1 year. They're applying for work in Melbourne. Their resume says a Cert 4 in Accounting and Bookkeeping and a Diploma of Accounting from Holmesglen. It looks pretty good, and it makes them very, very employable. So obviously we're looking forward to some easing of visa demands in 2021 and 2 as the government reopens and tries to rebuild international education here. So we're hoping that there won't be that stigma about these pathways that did exist for a little while in some markets. But yeah, if the statement of purpose really indicates why they're choosing that pathway, there's no issue at all. Thank you. Early childhood education, as I said, out at our Waverley campus, beautiful facility, lots of student success. They can do the Cert 3 and diploma, or they can come in and just do the diploma. Most students do both, because with a Cert 3, you can get a job in an early childcare centre in Australia, after school learning centre. And then, of course, if you've got your diploma as well, then you can get a higher level position working part-time while they're doing their bachelor. But we have a lot of students come, students particularly that are wanting to work in this industry in their home country. We get a lot of students from Malaysia and Indonesia going into these programs to return home to their own country, and they come and do that Cert 3 and diploma, 2 qualifications, 1.5 years, and really highly qualified. Lots of work placement and lots of time spent in our simulated childcare centre. Thank you. So the pathways are there. You can see that it's 4.5 years if they do a pathway. The top one is the most popular because of that work opportunity from the Cert 3. If that's, you know, really needed for the student. If they have to work part-time while they're studying to pay for their living costs, then they do the Cert 3, they can get a job part-time, or even it's easier for them to get work as a nanny or, you know, any sort of childcare within the community with that Cert 3. But students are not necessarily focusing on that. They can go into the diploma if they want to. But it does make it a 4.5-year pathway as compared to going straight into the bachelor, which is a 4-year degree, but it does have that 7.5 IELTS. Thank you. Thanks. Now, environment and landscape, as I mentioned earlier, we have a small number of international students come into this area. Thanks, Johnny. We'll have a look at the programs. So there's the Cert 3 in forestry, Diploma of Conservation and Land Management. That's probably the most interesting one that we have for international students, particularly those coming in on various government AusAid type scholarships. That is seen as you know, a very good course for sustainability, and we are seeing interest in that course grow globally, which is really good. We get very small amounts into horticulture and a few more students that are actually interested in landscape design. These programs are at our Waverley campus that you saw earlier, and the students actually are responsible for the care of the stunning gardens that are out at the Waverley campus. So every day there's hands-on practice of planting and caring for plants and redesigning spaces, and it really is beautiful. I love the opportunity to take our agents out to the campus and let them see the beautiful grounds and nursery and everything that we've got there. Thanks, Johnny. Hospitality and cookery continues to be one of our biggest and most popular centres of excellence. And we have the Cert 2 in hospitality. We're not going to be offering that to just general international students from this year. That's there particularly for study tours. So students come and they study English. So we do have that Cert 2 if you're ever talking to partners, partner providers or institutes that are looking to do study tours in Australia. That's a really good one. But typically we don't take international students directly into it. So we've got the Cert 4 in commercial cookery, Cert 4 in patisserie, Diploma of Hospitality Management, Advanced Diploma and the Bachelor. Typically a student will come and do the Diploma of Hospitality Management and the Bachelor of Hospitality Management if that is the career that they are looking for. And that very much is, it is a business degree for the hospitality industry, and that includes tourism and hotel management. So it's a very broad degree for that tourism industry here in Australia. Students that are focusing very much on managing their own restaurant, wanting to really grow into that space, they do often choose the Cert 4 in commercial cookery because they want to see what is needed to manage a restaurant, what the challenges are in the kitchen. So it's very much, and again, this needs to appear on a statement of purpose. If a student is choosing a Cert 4 in commercial cookery as a pathway to a diploma bachelor, then they will question, you've got a Bachelor of Hospitality Management, why are you wanting to do a Cert 4 in commercial cookery? Well, it's a great pathway if you're wanting to manage your own restaurant and understand the challenges and issues of the kitchen and the operations and the budgeting and the purchasing and all those sorts of things. So it is a very valid pathway. Same with patisserie. If they're really wanting to move into managing patisserie chain, or which is happening everywhere globally, then they're logical pathways. Students can go directly into the Bachelor of Hospitality Management, and we have many, many do that. They've done their high schooling, they want to come, they want a business degree for that industry, and that's what it is. So straight up IELTS 6, and it's only 15,000 something a year, again, under $16,000 for a Bachelor of Hospitality Management. It is wonderful. And it has an internship. It includes design, hospitality design, which the students love. And it's very, very, probably our hospitality area is one of the strongest that's linked to industry. The chef nights they have, the opportunity to do work placement in Melbourne's 5-star hotels. It really is it's a great faculty, and they really do respond to what the students are needing. So strongly recommend those programs. Thank you. That's the pathway that we have. As you can see, there's a few different options, and a student can, if they want to, they can just go into the diploma. You'll see there that the bottom one is the advanced diploma. So that is, it's more preparation for the bachelor. A lot of the students can choose that. It's 1 year after the Cert 4, whereas the diploma is only 6 months. The key issue with that is the study of the bachelor. You'll see there are the 2 years. So students that are wanting the post-study work visa, they do typically do that Bachelor of Hospitality Management after the Diploma of Hospitality Management. Thank you. And there's just the straightforward without the Cert 4, students that are not interested in the cookery aspect, you know, they're looking more into tourism management or hotel management, then they come into these programs. 3.5 years for both of those pathways in the full total, but one has 2 years bachelor, one has 1.5 years. Thanks, Johnny. IT, so we'll have a look at these programs. I did mention them briefly before. There's the list of programs. Now, the Cert 4 in programming is linked to, they are a dual qualification with software development and the networking. Students can come and actually do a dual qualification in 1.5 years and get 1 year credit into the bachelor. I do need to say the Cert 4 in cybersecurity, I've been told, is not going to be offered in 2021. We are seeing a few late changes for our offerings, and I guess this is an outcome from COVID, and we've had to really you know, look at our delivery and planning for next year. But the Bachelor of Information Systems has a really strong cybersecurity focus. It does prepare students for work in that area. And the great thing about that particular bachelor program, the faculty tells me, is that it is one of the most broad in Australia. It will meet the requirements for, I think, 5 occupations on the skills shortage list, because it does include so many different aspects of IT. And you can see there that any of those programs do lead into it. So they can do, if a student is particularly interested in an aspect of IT, they can do that Cert 4 and diploma first, and then go into the bachelor with credit. And again, all those advantages of choosing that sort of pathway. Thank you. So the pathways are there. You'll see there's quite a few of them, from interactive games, programming, software development. So that is a dual qualification. They've changed the actual structure of it. So that bottom one there, students in 2021 will enrol into both programs, and they're sort of delivered concurrently over 1.5 years. They do some Cert 4 and some diploma, so which is really good, because what that means is after 1.5 years, the students are actually going to be really highly skilled in those particular areas, and then only need 2 years for the bachelor, which is fantastic. Thank you. Website development, web-based technologies, the same, 1.5 years, and then 2 years for the bachelor. Choosing these pathways for IT does extend the duration. A little bit different to business. Business, they could do the Cert 4 diploma bachelor all in 3 years, which is an incredible opportunity. These ones, it does add that 6 months to it, but they've got the 3 qualifications at the end of it. It's all about employability, and it's all about skills and capability. So I do recommend them. Okay, nursing. We've spoken a lot about nursing already, so we'll have a look here. The dental technology, we do continue to get applications for that from our international students, not in the big numbers that we did previously. Pathology and laboratory, a lot of students choose to do these as a bit of an introduction to working in one of the health areas. We do have a Bachelor of Oral Health, but that is actually delivered by Charles Sturt. We put it up there as part of the partnership deal, but the students do apply to Charles Sturt and enrol with Charles Sturt, and it's quite expensive. And then, of course, there's the Diploma and Bachelor of Nursing, as I mentioned before. We can have a look at the next slide. Thanks, Johnny. I did mention this pathway, a terrific pathway. Do your diploma, get registered, work as a part-time nurse, do your 2 years bachelor, highly employable, highly capable and confident, and a terrific graduate. Thank you. Now this one here, this is be a little bit different because we've just been told of the changes. We'll have a look at the courses here, but the faculty has just told me that they won't be offering the Cert 4 in outdoor rec. It is no longer accredited. They're going to be moving to that diploma of outdoor education. We have a diploma of remedial massage. Diploma of sport development is going to change to the diploma of sport. and we're just waiting on accreditation, CRICOS registration for that. And that will be a dual diploma with the Diploma of Event Management. And we've got a Bachelor of Sport Business. Now, this is a program we don't get huge numbers of international students into, but I think it is a business degree for the sport industry. So if you're talking to young people that are, you know, they're not too sure what they want to do, often I'll sit down, like, what do you want to study? Oh, business. You know, what sort of industry? No idea. You know, and if you touch on something that they're really interested in and successful in their life, you know, and I had the pleasure of going to Zimbabwe a few times, and they are sport mad in Zimbabwe. And I actually got quite a few students just doing a session on this one program. It's a terrific program. They do so many work placements. They can choose. It's so diverse. They can work at a golf club, a tennis club, a swimming club, AFL football club, anything at all, the opportunity. And something unique to this program, and very unique to a university degree, I would think, is they do speed dating. So what the faculty organises is once a semester, they bring in reps from all the different sporting industries and organisations in Victoria, and the students sit down and, like speed dating, they say, tell me about you and tell me about what you do. And this, they do that through each semester so that they can really get the opportunity to either impress and get an opportunity for a work placement or an internship, or just, you know, clarify in their own heads the area that they really want to get into. And we've had some really great, whether it's domestic students, the success that we've had, you know, we've had them go in and work with Fox Sport on television, and a number of AFL football clubs and Australian Cricket Association. So yeah, really good career outcomes. Obviously a student has to be interested in sport. That's not rare in Australia. And it's not rare in, you know, in China. They're very interested in sport. So yeah, I think that's a program that you could have a look at, and, you know, getting their post-study work visa. There'll be no shortage of work for them. Being bilingual and working in sport in Australia, I think, is a real asset, particularly in AFL. As you know, they're trying to build that everywhere in the world. So yeah, thank you, Johnny. So there's the pathway that the student can do. That will change, as I said, to the Diploma of Sport, and a lot of the students choose that. Probably most students that are interested in that Bachelor of Sport, if they've got the IELTS 6, or it's not too far off, they do choose to go straight into it. I think it's more if they've got the IELTS 5.5, they want to get started, then they will be able to do that Diploma of Sport, Diploma of Event Management package. It does extend the program, but boy, so easy to get part-time work in Melbourne with every leading sporting event in the world hopefully happening in 2021. With a Diploma of Sport and a Diploma of Event Management, wow, great work opportunities while they're doing their diploma, their Bachelor for 2.5 years. Thanks, Johnny. Travel, tourism, events, as I said, not huge for international students. It's a very popular part for our domestic students. To event management and live production. So, you know, they organise concerts and those sorts of things. Travel and tourism, this does qualify them to work in tourism management as a resort manager and travel planner, Diploma of Hospitality, Park and Resort Management with the travel and tourism. So they can work as a travel agent, a tour guide, managing a hospitality or a tourism resort, lots of different opportunities for them. But again, you know, not huge interest, but from international students, but a popular course and a very interesting course that we've got for our students. Thanks, Johnny. Okay, now this is from the admissions team. And I guess one of the most frustrating things that they have is incomplete applications. So, you know, we do have a very, I don't know if you've had a chance yet to have a look at our application form. It is on the website and it's in the back of our course guide. It's quite a comprehensive document, but it does, tick off all of the necessary information and criteria that our assessors need to make an informed decision. One of their biggest issues is not getting the evidentiary documentation. So always, what we did in the application form is there's a checklist there, our own checklist, where you can make sure that everything is there. Statement of purpose, obviously very important. You guys know that. Some markets particularly, it's got to make sense. And I try to be very careful. We hate getting visa refusals, absolutely hate it, as I know everybody does. So yeah, we're pretty stringent with our review and lining up the criteria for GTE. But the team is great. We've got a very experienced admissions team. They've all been there years over, from the manager right through. So they've seen it all, done it all, and they can support you. And just on this, while I have you here, I can be your conduit to the admissions team. So any issue that you have at all, a question about what do you think about this student, or I haven't heard back, I put in this application, or anything at all, shoot me an email. Usually the admissions manager's office is next door to mine, but not next door to my home office. So, but she's a phone call or an email away. So, and she's wonderfully supportive, and she knows how hard our agents work. So don't hesitate. If there's any question at all about a course, about a student, about an application, shoot me a message, either for any platform you want, and I'll get the answers for you. Thanks, Johnny. That's just there for compliance with CRICOS. We don't have to worry too much about this page. And thank you. So we'll see if you do have any questions. But yeah, you can see there lots of programs, lots of opportunities. But the one thing that we haven't talked about, but I will before I finish talking, is that in semester 1, 2021, we will have online commencement available for 4 of our degrees. So we're just finalising all of the marketing collateral for this. We're developing flyers that you can customise with your own contact details. These can go out to your prospective students, put on your social media. We're developing social tiles. So what a student can do, offshore, stuck there, can't come here, wanting to get started, they can do a Bachelor of Business Admin, Bachelor of Business Accounting, Bachelor of Information Systems, or Bachelor of Hospitality Management. They can start offshore. They will need a student visa. The plan is that they will transition to Holmesglen as soon as our borders open. So it's the full degree, wonderful support, technology, everything. Time difference, it is very much, it's a virtual classroom. Time difference can be an issue, but we're going to be looking at the timing of the classes so that students can, in more difficult time zones, can enjoy those virtual classrooms as well as the online component. So again, any questions about any of those programs, let me know. But we're really we're proud that we've got something to offer our students in 2021 at least. Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks a lot, Rhonda. Fantastic presentation. So I think there's a lot of selling point of Holmesglen. As you mentioned earlier, I think it's like a one-stop shop for students.
Yeah.
Like where they have a good pathway from early course, certificate, diploma up to bachelor. And then you also have, I noticed you also have a Master of Professional Accounting course, which is all the courses within Holmesglen is very affordable in terms of tuition fee.
It is, yeah.
The bachelor range from 15 to 17,000. It's
really
it's
good. Fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Price. And then for the MPA, Master of Professional Accounting, is only 19,000 per year, which I think is really a good deal. I mean, for the students, Okay, that's good. It is, So, Rhonda, I think we have a few questions here in our Q&A.
Okay.
First question will be just about the student nationality, Rhonda. So we got a question from Chloe. So how many Chinese students in Holmesglen? I think in terms of nationality, how many students come from China, like study in Holmesglen?
We don't have many students from China at the moment. You know, obviously China is very much group of 8 focused, and what happened was over the last 2 to 3 years was it actually became very, very difficult for a student in China to get a visa to study vocational only. So, you know, we really didn't fit the Chinese market. We are imagining that that will change 2021 onwards. We believe that they will be issuing visas to Chinese students wanting to do vocational. So we may see a shift in numbers, but we are, I think, all providers have learned the concern around having too many of one nationality. But yeah, Holmesglen is never going to have a lot of Chinese students. You know, we don't have the brand that Chinese families do want. You know, the number of times when I've been in China, and I'm happy to say I've been to China 45 times over my years with Holmesglen. So I do know the place and the people and love them very well. Yeah, we don't have the ranking and the number of times, you know, what's your ranking? We don't actually have a ranking, and it's, oh, okay, bye. So, but yeah, we will be upping our marketing into China next year in the hope that we can have a bigger footprint there, but it's never going to be a large one.
Right, great. So in terms of nationality for international students, what will be the top 5 for Holmesglen?
Okay, definitely the top 5 would be, and not in the order of 5 because it does fluctuate from those 5. In the top 5, we've got South Korea, India, Sri Lanka, possibly Philippines, then Malaysia, Cambodia. I've gone beyond 5, haven't I? The problem is because they're pretty even. Our top 10 is actually quite even. We do get a lot from South Asia into accounting and hospitality. We do. But we've got a lot from Africa in nursing. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful mix of people from across the world. It really is good.
All right, great, sure. We go for the next question, Rhonda. About offshore student, can they start even they haven't applied for the student visa? So I think what it mean that, let's say the student actually apply and then get the COE and then the border still closed, can the student start a study? But of course they haven't got the visa yet.
Yeah, so they will need the visa to start one of those degree programs if they're wanting it to count towards their post-study work visa. So, you know, depending on, you know, what their plans are. So, yeah, I think for those, at the moment, we've only got the 4 bachelor degrees available for online commencement offshore. Yep. We've got other stuff onshore, but this is for students that cannot travel. We are recommending or saying that they should get their visa, so apply, because they're going to be, the whole focus of it, it's not sort of study online offshore, it's start study online offshore. Start there, come here. So we would like them to have a visa before they start.
Okay, got it, sure.
Yeah.
And then the next question will be for Bachelor of Accounting intake 2021. So maybe February and July, right? It's a
Yes. So the obviously the intake, I think the specific start date is March. We say February because we've got orientation and things, but we won't be having those on campus. So for those degrees that I mentioned, obviously if there's students onshore, yes, we have those commencing, and for offshore, March commencements online. So all of our programs for any students that are onshore, they will start. And the course guide does confirm some of the programs only have one intake at February, March, but most of them have the Feb, July. Yeah.
Sure. We have another question here in our chat group. Do you accept offshore students to Bachelor of Nursing? Do they need to provide any extra document or interview to be accepted?
No, they don't. We do accept them into Bachelor of Nursing. Obviously, the English is the requirement, and, you know, good maths, science type results. So if the student has successfully completed their schooling, they've studied maths and science, and they've no concerns with their academic ability in those two areas, and they've got their IELTS, then yes, no problem.
Sure,
Again,
sure.
though, apply early because it's
Yes.
hard to get into.
Very popular courses.
Yeah.
So, Rhonda, you haven't touched about the scholarship for international student. I just wonder, is there any scholarship for international student at this moment?
Look, at the moment, we have scholarships for students once they've started with us. Because our fees are so cheap, particularly in those degrees, a lot of students are looking for scholarships to do a degree. A lot of universities promote scholarships, $10,000 scholarship, $15,000 scholarship if you do this with us. That brings their fee down to slightly more than ours already. So with the degrees, no, we don't, with our programs, we don't offer starting scholarships. However, I am at the moment seeking confirmation of discount for those online commencements. So the minute we hear about that, I'll send out an EDM to everybody.
Sure.
But yeah, and we'll probably call that a scholarship because that's what the unis do. But what we do have is twice a year, students can apply for an international student scholarship, and that is based on their academic performance throughout their study with us, but they do have to have studied with us for a year to be eligible. So after their first year, every year we have different awards: International Student of the Year, Diploma Student of the Year. So yeah, lots of other awards, but no scholarships like the universities, no.
Sure. Got it. Yep, sure. Just conscious about the time now, but I think a last question from me, Rhonda. In terms of the payment plan, like if the students study like a package certificate for diploma and then bachelor, so
Yeah.
what's the payment plan look like? How much they need to pay for each COE?
For the ECOE, they just have to pay their first semester. That's fine.
Okay.
And there is some flexibility at the moment. We understand that, a lot of families are being impacted. So if there is a student, for example, their first semester is a diploma, 7,500, then they can pay half.
Okay.
They can pay that to get their COE.
Yep.
Then they have to pay the other half before they start in February. So that's pretty good. But again, it is case by case, so let me know.
Sure, sure. All right. I think there's no more question from the participants.
Wonderful.
So if you do have any question, please let us know. So we will try to answer your questions. All right. So as mentioned earlier, so we will share this recording and also the PPT presentation to all of you guys. All right. Thanks a lot, Rhonda, for your time.
Thanks everybody for your time. Can't wait to meet you. And Johnny, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm so excited to be working with Yes Education. I can't tell you, it's just great. So
thanks, Rhonda.
Contact me anytime, whatever you need. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Bye.
Bye-bye.